はい、どうも、しまちゃんです。よろしくお願いいたします。Horizon Forbidden West やっていきたいと思います。聞こえてますでしょうか？聞きますでしょうか？前回、水抜いたところで終わったので、とりあえずポセイドンを見つけに行きましょうか。
System shutdown's almost done. Only thing left is to power everything down at the control center. So, I guess this is it. One final walk down the strip, and then it's lights out forever. At least I won't be around to see it destroyed. The Odyssey will be well on its way to Sirius by the time the swarm gets here. Still,
初めて聞くよ、多分。
my last memory of this place will be empty. A city that's already dead.
ゼニスの一員やったのか、スタンリー・チェン。違う感じ、これも違う。あれかな。ボイス。でも、大きいか。水中やから、聞こえにくいんかな。この下は、水中の動きってごっつ制限されるな。よいしょ。こっちにもおるか。こっちはおらんか。
Left these machines behind. Could sneak by them. There was a big one first.
ねえ、どうしようかな。あそこにもおるな。よっ。こっち来るな。よーし。いいんじゃないですか。いいんじゃないですか。あかん。あ。本気を出せば。よし。レベルアップ。てか俺ここにおったワニ。おった。スナップも。 通に探索できるようになってめっちゃ嬉しい。ここはどこになるんやろ。なんかのプラネタリウムかな。あの機械。あかん。そうそう、ネッシーみたいなのおったよね。
Was this you? Did you lower the waters?
Yeah, but there's a new problem. That thing's in our way.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to get the embers with that around.
As the scrappy band of adventurers beheld the beast, they knew what they had to do.
What? Are you crazy? Hush now. She saved our Delph.
Okay then. Stay up here and start firing when I engage.
援護してくれ。いいじゃないですか。
Get to that overhang.
こいつがいるな。えらいパーツが。パーツ、お。あいつを。いやー、この。あ、いいやん。この首切り取りますね。すごいすごいすごいすごい。あれ上邪魔。あれ上邪魔だ。上が邪魔だ。あが上邪魔だ。いや、ちょっと上。ああ、上が邪魔。上のプロペラ。なんか泳いじゃダメ。なんでそこ。思ったとこに当たってないわ。あー、すごいな、この絶妙に当たらんぞ。オッケー。終わりだ。うわー、よし。うお、当たらなかった。当たり判定なし。あれ、うっそー、尻尾取りてー。 必殺技でもやっちゃおうかな。あれこれ弱いかもしかして。わお。尻尾にこだわりすぎてるか俺。無理か。これ今壊してパツ取れるもんなの？わからんけど。めっちゃダメージ受けてる。ポセイドンを見つける前に、これはここは何？ポセイドンを見つける前に、あ、仲間と話すは2位か。じゃあその2位をあともしかして話すのは後っすか。わかりました。
Poseidon should be somewhere beyond the store. Time to bring it home.
こっちではないか。はい。
Poseidon should be hiding in some kind of processor. I need to find a console that has access to it. There. I should be able to use that console.
I can't do it. I can't give up on this place. I'm leaving everything on standby. The system's equipped for runs for decades, if not hundreds of years. It's a long shot. But maybe someday, against all odds, someone will find this place again. Marvel at its lights and wonders. Discover a fortune and boundless opportunity. Make it their own dream. After all, if the city can give me a second chance, if water can flow in a wasteland, anything's possible.
He was right.
確かに。で、エアコンのコードが隠されるサーモスタットインターフェースを開始書き込んだんだろう。お仕事するような。どっかで上演している洞窟靴じゃないのこれ。短期のホロ広告もあるな。あれの、洋風っていうのかなが消えたんだよな。なので1時間ぐらいずっとだ。まあ、笑い話は置いといて、きっちり対策しないとな。一緒に会えたら給水とロッカー装置の行動を見てくれ。モロマニオンところの騒ぎだ。モロマニオンとは。
I'm here to bring you home, Poseidon. To Gaia. Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Poseidon's subordinate function to original code.
bring us back together.
よし、なんかすんなりと返してはくれなさそうな、そんな気が。ちょっと俺えぐいぐらいスキルポイントあるな。忘れてまう。パワーシュレッダー。敵に追加されるような特殊なシュレッダー。貼り付き爆弾。取った音せんかった。指示防御。これも3か。ええやん。
Looks like taking Poseidon triggered a restart of the city's power system. Roland and crew must have headed back up top. Probably as they carried it.
なんか嫌な予感するけど、こんな幻想的なないよね。とりあえず笑っとこうか。どうしよう。すごいリアルよな。はい、いいですね。いいですよ。こんな感じ、こんな感じでしょう。なんか大事なものが落ちてそうな気もするけど、マジでこの世界すごい。すごいわ。見とれてしまうというか。すごいな、これ。これでも何年なんやろ ?2000 何年ぐらい ?1000 年後が今のこれで。1000年前と言ったらエスカレーターもこんなんなんのかな。あれこれどうやって上こうか。さすがに何もないよね。ないよね。ほな素直に戻るか。疲れた秘宝みたいな。 息子じゃん。か。これは見たっけ？なんか見たような気する。ラスベガスの話があったような気がする。これも聞いたような気がする。あ、聞いてなかったかな。早送りしまった。そういうことか。ええやん。綺麗やな。よっ。これは大丈夫っす。
Whatever she did, it must have powered up the whole city. Is that legal? How much did all this cost?
うわー、すごい。
Oh, show my old Gramps always wanted. There's another.
His dream realized, his old Gramps' legacy ensured. Our hero beheld the sea of desert lights and wept at his good fortune.
When I saw the embers as a child, I never dreamed they could be like this. Thank you, Aloy. Well, did you find what you were looking for?
I did. And now I have to move on.
Oh. Oh. Come back when you can. I got big plans for this place.
I thought you wanted to put on shows with the Embers back in the claim.
Oh, no. This is the show. Oh, can you imagine? Folks from all over the land coming to take it all in. Plus some food and a nice place to stay.
Not to mention a variety of entertainment venues.
Don't forget, games of chance. Plenty of shards to be had there for certain.
A new dream, huh?
で一番後ろ向きやったよ。
I hope you make it happen.
あ、でも。
Goodbye, gentlemen.
This delve is a story for the ages. All thanks to you.
If Moreland and crew's gonna stay, maybe I should come back and check on them
い
later.
や、これはすごい
For
ね。
now, I need to get Poseidon back to Gaia. But I might want to find that Oseram camp first. See if Talana made it. And with my new diving mask, I can swim as deep as I need to. Like at those deep water sites I found earlier.
そうやね。の前に、こうだ。あ、ここあれか。これでいいんじゃない？もうちょっと、こうした方がいいか。こうやな。こうやな。これでいこう。OK。ほな、戻りましょう。あ、こんなとこに。 いつも押せる。ちょっと。なんか、ロードを待ってしまう。はい。強化型機械をスキャンした。おった、強化型。
Hey, look who's back. You find what you're looking for?
I did. One step closer to taking the fight to the zeniths.
Can't wait.
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
What did you do?
I made one joke about how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt. You still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more, pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms. Like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those holos.
What's this?
あ、やばい。
Strike. It's a Tanakh game. I'm pretty bad at it, but it's fun.
Think you could teach me?
I would, but I can barely make sense of it myself. Be better off learning from Salma and Chainscrape. She can be pretty passionate about it, but she knows Strike as well as any Tanakh.
これまだ俺、
Guess I'll have to make some time to visit her.
あれせな。教えてももらってないな。ストライク。
I better get going.
All right. I'll be here if you need me.
Aloy, you found another one of Gaia's sub-functions?
2 down, 1 to go.
I'm glad her healing can continue.
そうなればいいけど。
Are you guys training with Erend as well?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training, then yes.
I've been told. Please tell me you weren't being serious, though.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken bones. He called the Utaru leaf grazers. Laughed at the idea of us simple farmers being formidable fighters. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the common room. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. We're evenly matched. For now. Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
Found anything else combing through that data?
冗談に聞こえへんから
Varl and I
な。
have
象
been
がいる
looking
と。
into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around than there are today. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them. Even as holograms. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo that may prove difficult. At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used many of them as inspiration for her machines. Her memory honors them.
I
ま
better
あ
get
興味
going.
深いよね。
Right. You've got that sub-function to deliver.
さて。
Welcome back, Aloy. I see you have recovered Poseidon.
持ってきましたよと。
downstairs. Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it.
心なしかちょっと体、足元見えてきてる
Hey, Gaia. Me again.
Welcome back, Aloy. Where shall we resume?
すごい聞くことあんな。
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while. However, a word of warning. Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay. I'll keep my guard up. The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species.
次はアルテミスか。
Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturing a
次
new
何やったということ。
generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Faro.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically
あい
narcissistic,
つか。
impulsive, and unstable.
オデッセ
All three of the missing functions
逃げ
have
たやつだ
already
ったっ
served
け
their purpose, or were prevented from doing so.
ん
Do you
そう
still
やったっ
need
け
them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith, attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
Were you able to make use
Yeah.
of Poseidon?
Yes. Many rivers, streams, and lakes associated with the regional watershed have been detoxified. As a result, red algae growth levels have seen a marked decline. According to my data, however, it appears a localized occurrence of red algae continues to persist near the coast.
Maybe I'll look into it when I can. So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So you could build an army of machines. Attack the Zeniths and take them out.
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build,
Okay.
and command such an army. Given the nature of the Far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I
なるほ
must
ど。なんか
admit,
ちょっと見えてきたぞ。
that I have
ファー
the
ゼニスの
skills
倒
of
す
using such
方法が。
technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
ポセイドン、まだ聞くことある
So, Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in Las Vegas. From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation system. Is that why Poseidon went there?
Most likely. In an effort to protect itself, Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it could access water supply functions. There, buried and encased in a protective dome, it could guard against any threats.
Like 3 Oseram showmen?
I suspect that was not the first time it felt the need to repel trespassers.
なるほど。
You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that Ether at work?
Yes. Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
Well, that's a relief. Be nice not to have to fight my way through a storm anymore.
I will continue to stabilize the atmosphere for as long as I can.
すごいな、ガイアって。
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate functions, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. One in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays were still active.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
Maybe it also felt at home there.
いや、聞くこと多いな。
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over, so they can build it how they want.
音声データがすごい。
Further supporting our hypothesis.
Why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
ほ
Turning Earth into a new Sirius.
う。向こうで得た知識をこっちで活用して住みやすい星にするってか
So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth. Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of Far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
そういうことか。
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. Do you know anything about them?
Unfortunately, no. My personal database is limited to those who worked on Zero Dawn. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive about their members.
オズバルド・ダルガード例外。
Oswald Dahlgard was never publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson back at their old launch facility.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was a sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
A signal that precise would require thorough knowledge of the system. How could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, it appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero
内通
Dawn.
していた人間。
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the system's design through him, despite his failure.
よく
So
名前
from
を
what
ポ
Beta
ン
told
出る
me,
な。なんか
I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
そやね。
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. while we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it to create a large force of combat machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Always.
かかってるかもしれないってことか。進み具合。
How's Katalo doing?
I have detected that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him.
そんなとこまで
In an effort to
読み取れんの
remedy this, I have discussed a potential solution with him. I believe he will want to fill you in on the details.
A solution? I'll check in with him when I can then.
義手でもつけるか、義手。
How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying the morphology of her land gods in an effort to understand their sickness. Without the abilities of Hephaestus, I am unfortunately unable to correct their programming. However, due to Zoe's perseverance, we may have a workaround.
Yeah, she filled me in. It sounds promising. Varl and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying old world data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
なるほど。
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus. After an initial incident,
What did he do?
he unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his
Oh, yeah,
temple. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess. So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his
ガ
own
イアが空
terms.
気を読むということもできるのか。
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia. So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world, all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
Guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines. He wanted viruses to infect them with too. So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there, one not related to Zero Dawn. Scion. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Scion was cut off from the outside world, an effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about. There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them.
もう今までたまりにたまった。
I found data about the man who built the dome over the city, Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up. When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising. So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here.
そういうことか。よし。もう、ほぼ全部聞いたか。
I should be going.
Goodbye, Aloy.
いろいろ喋ってくれてありがたい。さて、で、なんか。
You're back.
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl,
So,
I made one joke about how does anyone?
from...
Yeah, well.
これ、
Just...
聞いたな。
I gotta head out.
Yeah, just keep.
次が
I don't think that door had power before, but looks like it's malfunctioning.
外出るだけか。
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big.
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough. And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that? She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect. Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage? She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
では、ティルダと接触すれば何かがわかるかもしれないね。
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel? It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home. And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it? To them, it looked like I was still in training, toiling away, alone. So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view? I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
そうなんか。
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files? Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many. They didn't interest you? I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis. Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use?
ちょっとアロエ
Any information
Ah,
that
right.
was redacted.
世間話もしようぜ。
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is.
When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them. Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
すまん。
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
まあそういうね。
The old ones created so many wonderful inventions.
はて。
Help the planet. Technology really can be an amazing thing.
Yeah, until it gets a mind of its own and decides to kill everyone.
You're just a ray of...
Aloy. Is everything all right? It seemed like you and Varl were down in that basement for a while.
Yeah, everything's fine, I guess.
Well, okay. What can I do for you?
Are you playing that board game I keep seeing everywhere?
Oh, you mean Strike? Yeah, I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind off things. Yeah, it's a Tanakh game. I thought about playing Katalo, but what if he tries to kill me if I win?
I think you're safe.
Yeah, I don't know. Heard a lot of things about that tribe.
Do I smell ale?
I brought some over from Chain Scrape. With everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use a drink. Besides, there is nothing that brings people together like a good...
初耳やけど。
That's what my sister always said, anyways. You're more than welcome to have some.
Maybe another time. It seems like you're getting a hang of this data thing.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good brew like the rest of us. Only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table. That's half the fun. You won't see me letting a robot serve me a pitcher anytime soon.
I should get going.
Back to reading, I guess. Do be careful out there.
ちょっと太陽の光は浴びてこいよ。
Hey, got a sec?
Of course.
You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent with the Zeniths. To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when needed, like some sort of tool. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the world, and yet they have no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason we have to stop them. How's training?
Discovering something new about our past every day. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time. It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original Zeniths. The same ones that left for Sirius 1,000 years ago.
To live on for so long, it doesn't seem natural.
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding, any chance we can use that against them?
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far Zenith, yet allow them to capture you?
With Sylens, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet.
だよね。サイレンスと手を組まなあかんのかな。
The Beta was talking about.
Well, the way she described it, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wanted something from Beta. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone? But whatever she wanted, I don't think she got it. If we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow.
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't trust each other.
Maybe. You brought up Rost before. I do think about him. You know, he was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The Sacred Lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes, when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the Proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back.
まあ忘れる必要もないしね。
Anyway.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
I should get back out there.
We'll be here if you need us.
ゾウと喋って、コタロウとも喋りたいな。
Aloy,
Hey, how's everything going?
I am well, but Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting to life here with us. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I'm not sure any of us can.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day. We'll do our best to make her feel welcome.
Is there anything I can help with around here?
Hmm? Oh, no. We're doing fine.
Are you okay?
You and Varl have been friends for a while.
I like to think so.
I was wondering, what do you know about his mother?
Oh,
That bad, huh?
why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but
Oh.
I noticed he avoids talking
Said
about his
okay.
mother.
She's the war chief of the Nora. Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a Thunderjaw, but she could be pretty harsh at times.
I see. That must have been hard on him. Thank you for telling me. I feel silly not being able to ask Varl directly.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off someday.
I'd like to see her try.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called a museum? From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see and learn from, like you've done here for us. Maybe one day more people will be able to use this place to learn the way we have.
いいやん。
That sounds
いい案よ
crowded,
ね。
but nice. The Zeniths did a number on Beta. But she seems to trust Varl.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortals. Old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and decay. I've never heard of anything so selfish. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
I should get going.
Good luck on your search.
コターロと喋ろうか。
Holograms. Gaia, I thought you said the data here was lost.
I was able to repurpose the equipment to store the data you have acquired in your travels.
すご。あ、おった。違う。どこやったっけ。コターロも喋ることいっぱいあるよ。
Gaia, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for control center operatives. I have repurposed the displays to track Regala's activity in the region.
A useful war map.
Mind if we have a word?
Of course not.
濃いな、
I
やっ
heard
ぱ
my
コター
friend
ロ。
Talana came by the base. Did you get a chance to meet her?
Briefly. A bold woman going into Tenakth territory with that Karja armor of hers. She'll be lucky if my people don't shoot her on sight.
She'll be careful. She's just looking for someone who might need her help.
Whoever it is, they better be worth dying for.
Have you had a chance to speak with Varl?
Briefly. He fought well against Regala's troops at Barren Light. Are all Nora as skilled as the two of you?
I'm not exactly one of them. But anyway, the Nora can hold their own. They managed to push the Karja from their lands.
I thought my tribe was the only one to have done that. Impressive.
Does it still hurt?
It comes and goes. I try not to think about it, but its absence is always present for me. It's difficult to explain.
I can't claim to understand. Only empathize.
Then you have my thanks.
マジコターロ、両腕やったらめっちゃ
Have
強かったや
you
ろな。
spoken with Erend at all?
I've had little chance to. I did see him bring some ale from out east.
That stuff's as bitter as salve-brush.
You get used to it, eventually. In fact, I wouldn't mind a drink myself.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind sharing.
ちょっと仲良くなってるよな、お酒で
You。said you were training with the Focus?
That's right. I've been watching holograms of your first fight with the Zenith Spectres. They are faster and more agile than any machines I've faced before. How many do the Zeniths have?
I'm not sure. Probably a lot.
I would not wish to face them en masse.
I'm with you there. Must be strange, seeing everything through a focus now.
I can see machines like never before. Their strengths and weaknesses simply reveal themselves to me. To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon I've ever possessed.
What do you think of this place? It must take some getting used to.
It's an efficient center of operations and an acceptable training facility. Though it could use some more color.
Duly noted. Getting Ether out of the Grove made for quite a spectacle.
One that showed the entire tribe that Hikaru's mission for peace is the correct path. for it is now blessed by the Ten themselves.
うん。
What did Chief Akaro say when you told him he'd be joining me here?
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove and helped reunite the clans. There was little more to be said. He understood.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his best
あれ、俺
martial,
これ聞いたな、多分。
at least for a little while.
Indeed.
I should get going.
よし、そうそう、行く
If
か。
I can help in some way, say the word.
I will. Thank you.
マジコタルいやつ。んで、スキル、多分、ほぼほぼ、これで、いったんじゃない？あ、これだけか。よし。デメテル。デメテル、デメテル。まず、焚き火、イキーの、焚き火、イキーの、樹海で戦ったから行かないの、いや、遠いな。トールネックもミーのやな。さて、勇敢なる。ああ、これ欲しい。欲しい。クランパー・ジョーの循環装置。欲しい。バールと同じ服装。テナークスの遊撃兵。かっこいい。こっちの方がいいぞ。めっちゃシャード使ったけど。助かるな。この辺もちょっとあれか？オイル系はちょっと持っといた方がいいな。で、ちょっとこのハテナマーク消します。弱いコイルは、弱いコイルは打っていく。よし。こんな感じで。こういうか。かっこいいな。さあ、どこが近いね。サンダー、ここの焚き火、見に行きたいな。ここを見て、ここ行きたいな。ここ行きたいです。ので、まず、ここにファストラして、ちょっと ロードが早い。サンダージョーとは戦わない方向でね。さりげなくアニマルやっちまったよ。
Dyer can make use of this.
こちら辺に焚き火があるから。
Looks like a cauldron, but it's offline.
お、
Seems like it has some kind of ritual importance to the Tanakh.
あれもいないよね。多分。
Send this to my stash.
で、焚き火があって、チャージャーがおって、別に戦なんかないよね、ここ。お、何ここ。俺、入ってよかったよね。けどどうやって入るんやろ。なんか入れたけど。いい知らせだって。地域全体に及ぶクラウドシーディングと、会食計画により気温が4度下がり、風速が平均で7ノット下がり、大気中微粒子の数はオレンジ領域に入った。よってタワーとボイラーのミラーシューズでされているチームメンバー全員、現在の SM3 モデルに代わって SM2 ハザードスーツを使用できる。なんだ強く確認を減らず、今後がってくれ。なんか気になるな、これ。おらゆいおらいあ、これ、あれかなんかあれかおらおらおらこれなんかせなあかんかじゃあ。戦ってる音が。箱を掴んで。そういうことね。はいはいはいはい。掴みます。離します。で、こうします。 登ります。こうや。これだけ？どうやらこれだけか。よし。これ、中にどうやって入るんでしょうか。こうか？こうか？あ、ここや。すごいとこに来ちまったのかもしれん。ね。焚き火あって。上どうやって行くんやろ。そこか。水が足らんと。訓練場。なんかいい武器ないっすかね。ダメージ与えてから戻ってくる。あ、ベリーレアあったな。ベリーレア。ヴァンガードの。これ、買えるな。強くないこれ。ヴァンガード。これ、買っちゃうか？今持ってるのって、装備してんのはこれか。36の70。36の70。まあ、明らかちゃうよね、これ。強っ。買います。長級じゃないもんね。長いやつじゃないから。そうやね。長いやつじゃないから。よしよしよしよしよし。で、その場で作業台と。で、防具。これ、ほんまかっこいいよな。スナップモーか。クランバー城って、どれのことなの？ちょっと後で調べよう。クランバー城。でも多分強いやつやんね、おそらく。乗ってないか？乗ってないな、スペクター。乗ってないな。そうか、あのドローン、あれか、ガイアの横にあったあれで、せなあかんのか。俺、あのマークなんなんやろうとずっと思っとった。そういうことね。はいはいはいはい。ドローン回収したら、ガイアのとこ行くと。これでも防具、めちゃくちゃかっこいいのってたらどうしよう。上やね。 実はここのかっこいいの売ってるとか。大丈夫か。ほんまはこれ、全部一個一個欲しいんやけど。これとかめっちゃかっこよくない？カージャの流浪人。サンウィングが。ラブクエだけとりあえず聞いとく。
You wanted to speak to me?
The name's Zoka. Have you heard from up north? From Bleeding Mark?
I'm guessing that's a place.
One of the desert's villages. They send their yield of ash blood so the Bereka over there can mark the skin of our soldiers. But it's been a long time since the last supply run. Too long.
If you think something happened to them, can't you send someone to go check?
Were it up to me. But with everyone fuming about our water rations, the commander can't spare any soldiers. My face paint will strike fear in your enemies. Take a look.
あ、そういうことか。なんかかっこいいペイントを。これとかっこええもんな。これにするか？カージャの影。俺も捨てがたいけどな。まあでも購入できる。ちょっと待って、これあれか。一個一個購入するスタイルじゃなかった。初めてするもんだからさ。じゃこれでいいや。
You mentioned the village up north sends some supplies to the capital.
ええやん。
Ash blood?
It's a crimson stone that we grind into powder for our ink. Bleeding Mark has the largest supply. Our soldiers there gather and deliver it to us in exchange for their water rations.
Die for water.
Everyone in the clan depends on the wound in the sand for their water. Capital and outlying village alike. But the last delivery of ash blood was weeks ago.
水が足らんのか。
So must be their water.
わかりました。マッドマックスみたいな感じやね。
If I'm out that way, I can look in on the village.
ジューリーロー
Find
ド。
out what's the delay.
You have my thanks. Head north to a
Okay.
ruin where the desert meets the mountains. That's Bleeding Mark. Ask for Kentok or Natika there. They'll know what's going on.
まあまた気が向いたら行きます。今はね、ちょっとメインをそうやっていきたいので、まだ行きます。で、闘技場もあると。
There's Jataka. Not a happy place.
多分、これクエストを、宇治を、これにしたら、違うんか。これなんなんやろね。なんかあるんかな。まあ、とりあえずこれをメインにしといて。
Why put guards around the wound?
You can't just take away our water! The wound gives less water. Our rations adjust.
What's going on?
いや、穏やかじゃないね。
What's stopping us from taking what we want? And
あ、やばい。やばい。
Anyone else want to complain? We're the Desert Clan. We survive with what we have.
この服欲しい。
Commander's not much for hand-holding.
That is not our way. Even less so in her case. Shall we?
Sure. Can't wait.
あが、サイドクエストが始まった。もうしゃあない。
Draka's not the only one with harsh words for your commander.
The desert has bred survival into our clan's blood.
まあいいや。
We
やるか。
spit at death and charge into battle. Maybe a little too eagerly.
じゃあ、これにしとこう。
Your reputation has grown since I saw you last.
Iや、ほんまこの服装かっこええな。
You took down the bulwark, defended the grove, and saved the life of our chief. I'm hoping you've got enough left for one more miracle.
What do you need?
You will find out soon enough.
So, this is the outlander that bested Regala. And now she conspires with the dissident Draka.
Demanding water does not make one a dissident, Yara.
Doesn't make Draka a commander either. You should advise him of that.
Jataka said you needed help.
Did he now?
Aloy has a unique insight into the ways of the Old Ones. She might be able to fix this before it gets out of hand.
Get to the point. What is Jataka talking about?
There is no water.
What do you mean?
I mean the wound in the sand, that which provides the clan with the water we need to survive, is completely dry.
なんか理由があるはずよね。
This water source. Jataka said it's somehow related to the old ones?
From what we can tell, whatever water we take, it restores on its own. Over time. A few weeks ago, it stopped. I ordered rationing, searched for other viable sources. But everything else nearby is tainted one way or another.
But why the secrecy? Keeping your people in the dark seems to be making things worse.
If the clan knew, my command would be challenged.
There's no water and you're worrying about keeping your command?
Think what you want. Between the machines, the storms, and Regala's uprising, I'm the only thing keeping this clan from falling apart.
Draka said your clan won't touch Regala.
Her grudge is with Chief Hikaru, not me. And I plan to keep it that way, so her troops don't turn on my clan. Besides, if she defeats Hikaru, she deserves to rule. That's the way of the tribe.
なんとかせなあかん。
Draka's people sacrificed a lot to get that water. He thinks you're hoarding it for yourself.
The perfect excuse to challenge my command. Like he's always wanted. Of course he makes it sound very noble. That he only cares about his thirsty people. But all he really wants is to be in charge. And if he was, he'd face the exact same problem I have. There is simply not enough water to go around.
So how are you going to deal with not having any water?
Ration what little we have. Buy time to fix the wound.
And in the meantime, people die of thirst?
Every corpse weighs on me. That is what it means to be a commander. What matters is that the clan survives as a whole.
I can't promise anything. But if this wound was built by the old ones, I might be able to fix it.
How exactly do you intend to do that?
Just show her the wound, Yara.
Very well. You can tell me when we get there.
After you.
The wound in the sand is this way.
まあ、ついでいこうか。
You're not Karja. We're Oseram.
I was born amongst the Nora, as far east as you are west.
I've heard of your people. They say only those who are exiled leave your lands.
There are exceptions.
What business does a Nora exception have in the West?
Believe it or not, to help people, even the ones who don't want it.
Sounds like a difficult path.
さて、どこまで。
This is it. The wound in the sand.
Definitely built by the old ones. Focus should show me more. Pipes leading outside the settlement.
What do you see?
A trail.
What are you doing?
Your wound leads underground.
We've tried going down there, but it's too narrow for anyone to reach the bottom. Where are you going?
I think I can lead us to where the water comes from. Or used to.
How?
Doesn't matter.
What matters is that the wound is fixed and my people survive. Lead the way.
Ne?なんか嫌な予感はするけどな。あいつとは戦わんように。戦いません。やばい。
Those flowers. The ground's wet too. The vein must have leaked here. Not enough to be the cause of the missing water, but enough for these plants to grow. We're on the right track.
You see all that from a patch of wet sand?
Yep.
That mound. It looks like the metal from the wound. We really are following its trail.
As I've been saying.
The desert kills, but it also surprises.
これを登ってけっていうことね。
We're gonna have to do some climbing.
Nothing we can't handle, I'm sure.
Can make an interesting color for my armor.
違う。
There's a lot of machines.
And a very dead soldier.
Is it one of yours?
I need to take a closer look.
We need to get rid of the machines first. That's all I need.
もう攻撃したい。オッケー。あ、いいですね。あ、いいですね。あと一発。あ、いいですね。初めて見るか。あ、やばい。嫌な予感すんな。あ、いいですね。で、まだ伸びてんのか。 これ、この上か、しかも。別に、森か。森ですか。あ、痛い。リバー取られんか。体を調べる。
You know him?
That is one of Draka's men. I will cut off that dissident's head and feed it to the vultures if he had anything to do with...
We don't know what happened here yet. We still have a trail to follow.
Lead the way.
Water.
Barely a lick's worth. But there are no streams in this area.
Which means
These anchors. That soldier must have used them to get up this cliff.
he must have been going back to Arrowhand when those machines got him.
Maybe he found something up there worth reporting back about.
We'll find out soon enough. Nice. Positive green shag.
なんかあったんかな。
What is this?
お、
The problem. I'm gonna need my focus. That weapon. Looks like Draka's man tried to pry this open, but he didn't know what he was doing. And now the water's not going where it's supposed to.
Sabotage.
Or ignorance.
動くんか。
Don't think this is gonna do anything.
何を
That pipe. It looks like it bypasses the damage distribution system. Maybe I can find a way to reroute the water through it.
どうしたらいい？ということは上に行けるぞ。ちゃ。
The water is still leaking.
Gotta try something else.
あった。こいつで上行きのあれね。はい。OK。格子の
Just stay here. Let me know if anything changes. I'm gonna take a look around. A valve. That might help.
前に
That's the same type of machinery we found outside. Only this one's not leaking. Maybe it can help me switch the water flow.
どっちが先？これ多分アウチ。
Through there.
あっちレバーしとってなかったな。
Don't think this will work with water leaking through the other distribution system.
なるほど。
That valve I saw earlier. Maybe I can use it to shut off water to those pipes.
よっ。あ、絶対あれやで。絶対あれや。じゃあ、こうか。よっ。あ、いけた。ここの水を回してる状態にして、
Hey, it stopped leaking. It looks like that stopped the water flow.
で、
Now I just need to find a way to get it to Scalding Spear.
で、こうか。動いた。
Sounds like the water switched. Gotta open the valve upstairs. Get that water circulating.
で、あ、むずっ。これほんま、正しいやり方なんかなこれ。よっ。よし。んで、
Is it done? Not yet. I'm working on it.
で、こうして、
Ran out of time.
Is that supposed to do
I need to
anything?
hit the switch again.
Yeah.
I guess not.
時間切れ。マジかよ。じゃあ、こうする。こうする。で、これ回す。
It's leaking again.
で、
Whatever you did, undo it.
で、
Close that up again.
で、こうして、
This'll work with water leaking through the other distribution
こ
system.
こはあれかな、水が漏れてる状
Oh,
態
this
じゃ
up
ダメ。
earlier. Maybe I can use it to
Yeah.
shut off water to those pipes.
ちょっと待て、これ、だいぶ、めんどい。あれこれ、生き方合ってるほんまに。よっ。
The leaks disappeared.
Making progress.
で、こうして、ガシャーンって流れてる。
Gotta open the valve upstairs. Get that water circulating.
ね。待て。どういうこと流れてる。これでよし。
Sounds like I'll have to try that again. There's gotta be a way to get to that valve.
どうやってバルブに。てか回してくれよ、そっちで。
Sounds like the water's switched. Gotta open the valve upstairs. Get that water circulating.
あ、で、こっちか。こっちを回せばいいんか。そういうことだ。こっちを回して、
Sounds like that did something. Aloy, I can hear water in
De.
the room again.
Anything leaking?
Not that I can see.
Let's hope that means my plan worked.
で、やられた。ああ。
That should do it.
This will return water to Scalding Spear.
Checking the wound is the only way to be sure.
Draka knew what would happen if the capital was left without water. But he didn't care. All he wanted was to cause a crisis so he could challenge my command.
We don't know that for sure.
Meet me back at the wound when you can. Please. To make sure the water will flow.
I will. Don't do anything rash about Draka.
Only an upstart acts rashly. A commander bides her time. Hey. The desert was kind to lead you to us.
よかった。
Things are about to get ugly between Draka and Yara. Maybe I can head it off.
めっちゃ綺麗な場所やな。 あ、無理か。ここ降りられへんな。無理か。んよっ。バレてないバレてないバレてないバレてないバレた。なんかビーフンみたいなの打ってきた音が。やばいやばいやばいやばい。焚き火なんかあったんかい。どこが入り口だった？
If what Jataka says is true, Yara and Draka will end up killing a lot more than just each other. There has to be something I can do. Better leave this mount outside.
This これいつも入り口。あ、いや、トラブル
I see
ならんかっ
soldiers
たらいいけど。
got on the wound in the sand. I need to see the wound.
I'm afraid your presence is required in the commander's quarters.
Is everything okay?
The dissident Draka has been apprehended for interfering with the wound.
How did he interfere?
He entered the wound by force, saw that it was empty, except for a slow trickle that began when you fixed the device in the desert. He did not take it well.
Of course he didn't. I'll go meet with them.
どこにおるって。上。これ上どうやって行くの？これ、あ、こうか。合ってるこれ。ちょっとなんかやってるよね。これどうやって上行くんやろ？なんか上で揉めてんねんな。非合法な登り方していいんかな。もうこの地図っていうか雑やなこれ。この上に行くためにはあかん、暗くなってきた。上に行くためには何かをこれどうやって上行くんすか？ん？これどうやって上行くんすか？あ、こうか。こう行って、こう行って。すげえ。
How could you let this happen?
How did I let this happen? You're the one who sabotaged the wound in the first place. You're lucky we were able to fix it, or your head would already be on a spear.
You call that fixed? It's just a dribble. And it's not my fault. I already told you, Ukta came to me. He said he found something in the desert that might get us water. I had no idea it had anything to do with the wound.
And you expect me to believe that?
Aloy, I came for the water that was owed to us, and when I found out that there is no water, they arrested me.
As I already told you, the water is returning, but slowly. It'll be weeks before the wound is full again. Until then, I will send Arrowhand what I can.
You hid what happened to the wound. How can we believe you now?
Draka,
No, you know what? Enough of this! No more words! Consider that a challenge!
Gather your squads then, and meet us at the gate of the vanquished. I have a challenge to prepare for. Leave me.
This will be the end of the clan. I have to stop it. We have to stop it.
Hold on a second. Help me understand.
何がこんな。
What do you mean, the end of the clan?
Both sides will take their most loyal squads to the Gate of the Vanquished. Then they'll butcher each other as part of a ritual challenge. But it won't stop there. Whoever wins will try to wipe out the loser's loyalists all over the desert. The fighting could last for months. Those two scabheads are going to doom us all.
Can't you stop them?
I'm a chaplain. I provide counsel. I cannot force them to heed it. Even Chief Akaro can't intervene. It is a matter for the clan alone.
What is this gate?
The doorway to a dead cauldron. A symbol of what the tribe aspires to. The defeat of deranged machines.
Dead. What shut it off?
No one knows. But it is a place of great significance for our clan. Even greater now, since it will mark the onslaught of a massacre.
What makes you think I can help you stop them? I'm not even from this tribe.
They both owe you a debt. You aided them when no one else could. And you've seen into their hearts, just like I have. Misguided in different ways, but no less worthy of the people they protect. Your words might be enough to spear some sense into them.
Yeah, well, they're not exactly good listeners.
And you are no ordinary speaker. You took down the unyielding bulwark, fought off an assault of Regala's machines. I will go to the Gate of the Vanquished, southwest of here, to stall them. But without you, I'm afraid we'll run out of body bags fast.
努力はするよ。サイドクエスト終わった。でもこの先があるやもんな。困ったな。まあまあ。あ、俺、ここ全部制覇したんちゃうん？4つ。てか、これ、あ、これを手に入れるための333がいるのか。そういうことか。もうね、やってる場合じゃないのよ。やってる場合じゃないのよ。ほな、メインクエストに戻りましょうか。話を戻そうじゃないか。では。険しい道。これ、触ったことあるよね。あるよね。このまま上がっていってこうか。 ごめん。またや。出る。で、野営がある。野営はちょっと無視したい。野営は無視できんか。ちょっと待てよ。野営は無視できんのか。あ、いた。いた。いた。野営無視で。ここ行くと、すごい険しい道のりになるのか。軌道修正。軌道修正。行ける場所が多すぎ。うおー、マジか。いや、マジか。そうか。倒そうと思ったら倒せるけど。でも倒さない。いや、すごいな。いやー。はい。こっちこっち。
This is where Zoe said we'd find the Grimhorns she needs parts from. Hey, Zoe. I'm near the Grimhorn site. Can you join me?
I'll be there soon.
Aloy, I'm glad we can do this together. The Grimhorns we're looking for should be just to the north.
Let's go get those control cores.
こんなんあったんや。
Thank you again for helping me. If this works, if we can heal the land gods, it will end a generation of suffering for my people.
How do you think Fane and the chorus will take it? They seem to think the tribe's extinction is inevitable.
I've had my disagreements with them, but I'd like to see they'll be happy to be wrong on this.
そうか。今、何かが始まってるよね。これか。レベル25で戦うやつやけど。
There. The Grimhorns.
And they're not alone.
We'll just have to be smart about this.
I'll follow your lead.
こいつもか。どうする？ めっちゃおるんだが。どいて。あが。ほら。ここ。ナイス。なんかいろんなやつ来た、いろんなやつ来た。いろんなやつ来た。ちょっと待って。ちょっと待ってくれ。すごいことなってる。大丈夫か？大丈夫か？なんか全然メインとは関係うわ、何こいつ。いや、すごいすごいすごいすごいすごいすごいすごい。ちょっと待ってくれ。何が来てる今。何が来てんだ。いやこれ今戦う。今戦う敵じゃないような気がする。うわマジか。ちょっと待って、今戦う敵じゃないよな。うわーすごいすごいすごいすごいすごいすごいすごい。ちょっといやーちょっと待って。あーマジか。これマジやばい。死ねー。うわすごい。もう何が起きてるんだこれは。違う違う違う違う違う違う違うよ違うよ。ねえお前は。いやちょっと待って多いな。これちょっともう今の敵じゃない今倒す敵じゃないぞこれ。しか かも多いし、ほんで。痛い。早く立って。うわ、すごい。もう何もないです。おーっと、誰が来た？誰が来た？お前マジで邪魔なんよ、お前。よしよしよし。よし。やばい、すごいね。いや、すごいね。マジかよ。ほら、こいつの戦い方がわからん、ほんまに。うお。ほら。うわ、マジか。この俺は角が何かあると思っている。待ってね。もう俺体力がないのでちょっと下がります。あいつを遠くからいるしかない。よーし。あいつを遠くからいるしか。もうこうやって倒すしかないんです。はめていこう。サンダージョーと同じ戦い方。もう取った。あと一発。
We did it. You okay?
A bit winded, but I'll be alright.
I'll grab the course.
俺ほんま疲れたわ。
That's one. But we should take a second control core just to be safe.
Got it.
そうか、これ取って攻撃しとったらよかったよね。これ角取ったけど、この角ってないんかな。あれ、あとどこやった？すごい向こうで倒した俺。もしかして。ほんまや。すごい向こうで倒してた。
Two control cores as requested.
Thank you. Gaia showed me a way to scan them and take what we need to update the reboot code. I'll head back to base and get started. When I was a child, there was always enough to eat. The land gods provided for us, and every season we celebrated them. My happiest memories come from those times. Do you really think we can bring them back?
We'll make it happen.
Thank you, Aloy.
So we'll probably need some time to sort through those cores. I should do something else in the meantime.
いやーもうほんまに疲れた。こっちに戻るで俺は。お待たせ。これ
This image is of the old world. Looks like a plane and some kind of metal structure. The image is incomplete. But maybe if I line it up exactly with where it was taken, my
ね、
focus
で
can
も
fill
取られ
in
た
the
場所
rest.
をフォーカスが保管できるかもしれない。どういうこと？何かを重ね。どういうこと？山。山。
I think the image was taken overlooking a field. Maybe I could try to line it up somewhere in the nearby
近くの
hills.
丘で合わせられないかな。どういうこと？ちょ待ったわからへん。ちょ待ったわからへんな。これか？これかな。メインクエスト行きたいんやけど。どういうこと？重要な名所で、読まれ。重要な名所で。
I'll put these in my pack.
山。これ多分山よね。うわ、ほんまにわからん。これ何？何を表してるん？ わかりません。これ何？手前の。わかりません。けど、気になるな。これ誰か教えてくれへんかな。平原を目立つ人が撮ったようだな。近くの丘で合わせられないかな。近くの丘？ここのこと？近くの丘で合わせられないかな。これのこと？いやー、ちょっとわからん。マジでわからん。これ？手前のこれは何？このあかん。これほんまじで拉致あかん。これもういいです。また戻ってきます。ほんまにわからん。これ一発で分かった人おる？これどういうこと？手前のこれ何？他で合わせたんだろうなとかって言ってるけど。わかりません。うわ、逆やな。こっちやな。なんかそれっぽい形したやつがあのやろうな。拠点の南にある水のモスラムの発掘。大学などで名付けた西に行けなんて困ってるから、当面が崩れたとかなんとか。この人のこと。でも助けたい気持ちはわかるけどさ、先に進んでもいいかな。焚き火。この上か。あ、やべえのおるな。虫。やばいやばいやばいやばい、虫。未確認の集落。 で、そうか、今敵に見つかってるからか。あれまだできへん。よし、いけた。いけた。テグ、あ、テグはもう、そうか。これがマックスまでいけちゃうやもんな。こっちは強かったりはするんやろうけど。
Keep moving, keep moving.
から冷たくなるのかよ。そうやね、もうトールネックしたら焚き火あった？もしかして焚き火あったな。ウルトラは味方ね。で、いつでもあいつは倒せるよってことね。わかりました。ごめん、横通るよ。
Scary rattlers.
謎の集落。謎の集落はとりあえず越えていくと。よし。まあまあ、だいぶ開けてきたな。マップが。このトールネック、やろうか。よっ。気持ちいい。
I must be closing in on the signal.
ここか。
Hey, Tomek. I was
なん
told
かあれや
you
な。
were in the area.
雰囲気が全然違う。すごっ。こっちは緑が。これ、あいつおるな。
Another Tomek. Has to be the one I heard about.
オッケー。
A lowland settlement. It's abandoned. But high enough to get me on that tall neck. If I can find a way to the top.
ん？
Here we go.
何かがおるね。 証明や。こいつや。やばい、俺には早すぎたか。わお。ちょっと待って、俺なんか弱いと思ったな。よし、これで終わりだ。俺はトールネックをなんとかしたいだけなの。ここもまだできんのかな。飛び移れそうやったよね、ここ。何か方法ある。どうすんのやろ。何かあれを俺にはまだ早いってかい。いた。猿っぽいよな、ほんで。あれ、あそこ登れるか。怖っ。簡単に登らせてくれやせんか。そしてお前も。別の方法を探されて。痛い。よし。いや、ちょっと待ってくれよ。もっと強い武器が欲しい。 猿のモンキッティ、ああ。モンキッティのやつが
Should be able to get up there.
上に上がれそうだな。そういうことか。へえ。猿がおるからね。で。
I need to get to that platform. Guess they'll find a way.
あ、危ねえ、はしごろしとってよかった。いやー、届かんか。届かぬか。火くれるわ、こんなもん。あの木まで隠ってあが無理いけあよしんでこういってでこういってでここのはしごを下ろしといてんでなんか上消すやけどいけない。これ持ち帰って下ろしてくる開けるよっよし部品が足りない。そういうことはで下ろすでしょ。ほらで登ってこうして登っていく。よしよしなんじゃこのステージでモンキッキがおるよね。モンキッキがうわああうわちょっともうどうしたらいいんだ。よしあと一発あと一発か。よしマジ火くれるわ。 ほら、ここが弱点というのは知ってんね。
Finding higher ground. Okay, I need to get up to top of that tall neck.
もうでも
I'll stash this away for later.
もうでも
There has to be something that can help me climb higher.
ここまで来たらもう頭じゃない？違う？そやね。
Maybe my focus
暗い。
will show me something.
ここより、あ、上だ。まだ上があるわ。
That rope leads to another platform.
ロープの先に足場があるはず。ロープの先に、ロープの先に足場があるはずだ。このロープはどこ？あ、これ打って落とすやつや。よし。んで、これ登る。もう、もういけんちゃうんすか？あ、んで、
And where do you lead?
なるほど。マジトールネック一体攻略するのにどんなにかかってんねん。よし。よし。
I should be able to find a spot to jump onto that tall neck from here.
うん、来るのを待とう。なんかはしご下ろせたらいいんやけどね。おそらく下ろせるんやろうけどね。やっちまったー。
Walk it off. Just walk it off.
やっちまったー。ちょっと待って、ほんまいらんことしてもったな。さて、どこで、じゃあ、いらんことせんかったよかった。ここじゃないな。あそこや。もう夜っていうのがな。よっ。いっちゃう。もうほんまもう的。いらんことせんとこ。アイテムはもう後からでもいい。行きたいなあそこ。間に合わんか。いやー間に合わんか。一周するまで待つか。はい、もう一周するまで待とう。 ただひたすら待つという。か、もう一回チャレンジするか。あれなんかあると思うんやけどね、この先。よし。はしごを下ろすとかなんかないんか。なんもない。ただの無駄足。よし。さあ、道のりは長かったな。これで乗れんかったらもう終わりや。まあ、こっからあれやね。乗って焚き火してって感じか。もうだって焚き火そうやね。ゴールやもんね。ここで時間かけすぎた。ゼロドーンの時のトールデックなんて簡単にあれできたらいいけどな。よっ。これここか。これ登る場所どこだ。こうか。よし。よっ。はい。はあ。ここでフォト。もう関係ないか。あんま意味ないな。こうやな。これでいっか。これでいこう。よし。さて。よっ。いやー、よかったね。ナイストールデック。ナイストール。まあ、てなわけで、三つ目のストーリーまでいけるかなと思ったけど、ちょっと時間かけすぎたな。よし、まあまあ、トールネックもできたし、この辺は広く、見晴らしは良くなったな。地図。よーし、じゃあ終わりますか。はい、最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。またバーチャル世界でお会いいたしましょう。じゃあね。